It's been a nice day. Sun, cloud, little breezy, only high of 20. I'm practically there already. Right now it's 18, feels like 23 in Ottawa. Tim Jodoin is an Ottawa inventor, and he's in the studio this morning. Good morning, Tim.
Good morning, Dave. How are you doing?
Very good. So now you have invented something called the Orbit Pole. And so we got you in the studio this morning to give us a little bit of information about it. Tell us, what is the Orbit Pole?
Well, the Orbit Pole is a portable filming accessory for action cameras or your cell phone if you have the appropriate adapter.
But don't call it a selfie stick.
But don't call it a selfie stick.
Now, why not? What's the difference?
A selfie stick is basically for taking pictures of yourself and your friends. Our product is a handheld crane, basically. It's a very portable accessory for carrying your action cams.
Right. And it's got a big knobby, twisty thing on it.
Yeah, the special feature on this pole is that you can control the position of the camera from a thumb wheel on the handle. So you can telescope the pole to the length you require and then control the direction the camera points based on which direction you turn the thumb wheel.
So you hold the stick in your hand, and then with your thumb, you control which way the camera is pointing at.
That's correct.
Okay. And this was funded through Kickstarter. It's one of Dave's favorite methods of
Kickstarter.
projects.
Yeah, well, I find Kickstarter annoying because there are so many projects that get started and then don't get funded, or get funded
and never get finished.
And where does the money go
Right.
in the end? How was your Kickstarter experience?
So my Kickstarter experience was successful. We finished 110% above budget, what we expected to get. Kickstarter, we're hit and miss on how we feel about it. We did manage to raise $33,000. But it took an incredible amount of work, and it would have been easier just to get the money from a single investor than to actually try and get hundreds of people to pre-purchase your pole that you haven't really developed yet.
But maybe you wouldn't have gotten that money from an investor. So there is kind of that upside where these random people who are anonymous for the most part, aren't they, who
Kickstarter?
who donate money to you on Kickstarter? Well, they could be anyways. I mean, that could be just as helpful. I mean, were you looking for $33,000 from an investor or more?
Actually, to build a product, it costs far more than $30,000. It's actually hard to get the amount of funds needed to build a product legitimately through Kickstarter, unless you build a flying drone that films you as you walk along.
So you have to do so much marketing up front to explain what your product is to people. Is that what the problem is?
That's part of the problem, and then it's attracting attention to your campaign. So you have a campaign, you're 1 in 1,000 people who have the same campaign for different products, and you have to attract attention to your campaign in order to get these pre-sales or earnings from the Kickstarter campaign.
Right.
I think 60-some% of Kickstarter campaigns fail. I actually think the number's a lot higher than that in technology. I think the success rate in technology is probably about 15%.
Wow. Okay. So Orbit Pole is funded. You're starting the construction of it now. Like, take us through the phases of being an inventor. At what point are you in, and when will this actually go on sale?
So I'm a co-inventor on this product. The original idea was submitted by a young guy named Jeff Pinard in Toronto. He approached me with the idea, and I thought, this is fantastic. Let's make a product out of it.
Right.
So I run a product engineering company, and we began the process. So it starts off with me and a giant whiteboard drawing a picture of the pole and then how it should work. And then I take the key components and I break that down until I have everything working correctly. And then with the help of my 3D printer and my CNC machine, we start building prototypes and testing it and revamping.
And when will it actually...
When can I buy one?
Yeah. Like from the moment that you actually had the idea to when will this actually appear in the store? Like, how much time has passed?
So it'll be 1 year on the day that we launched the pole, November 1st. So we have taken a product from concept to market in a year with manufacturing and everything.
That's not bad. Yeah, somewhere I thought it'd be a little longer.
I thought you were going to say, well, 2011, he approached me in Toronto. But no, that's impressive.
Yeah, I was... Before we began the project, I did look for an investment, and everybody I told I was going to do this in a year told me I was crazy. And I said, watch, we'll do it.
Okay,
Awesome.
but what does the family think? Have you been missing a lot of family time to work on this, or has
How's
it been
your
a nice
wife?
side job?
No, I balance my time as best I can. So I work a day job from 9 to 5, and then I have a new daughter who's 1 year old. But so I basically get up in the morning, go to work, come home, spend a couple hours with my daughter, and then when everybody goes to bed, I go in the basement and do my work.
Cool.
That's the way to do it. Tim Jodoin has invented the Orbit Pole. What? It goes on sale in November, you said?
November 1st is our shipping date. You can pre-purchase it now.
Ooh.
Awesome. All right, Tim, thanks for getting up and coming in this morning to tell us about it.
Thanks a lot, guys.
It is 6:15 in Ottawa.
Ottawa traffic on Live 88.5.
The lights are